The universe is aware. Contrary to the reigning worldview in science, the primary reality in the cosmos is not material, but consciousness. We live out our lives in a vast matrix of consciousness. It is the nature of being. In a real way, being and consciousness are the same thing. We have experience of the matrix of consciousness as we go about our daily lives. In its greatest gift to us, being has given us access to its consciousness. We have only to turn inward, and it is there, just behind our eyes. Quantum physics has proven that the universe is a singularity, one thing, a unified field with no separate parts. If there is only one thing here, the field, and if consciousness exists anywhere in the field, as it does in us, then the entire field must be conscious. There is no place in the field for consciousness to be localized. That view belongs to the previous framework of separation. In a cosmos that is an inseparable web of life and existence, it is not possible that consciousness is restricted to only a few organic entities such as ourselves. We are floating in an infinite ocean of consciousness, of which our experience inside our heads is just a minuscule bit. Traditional science, formed around the separatist framework of Newton and Descartes, has for 400 years held that the universe operates like a vast clockwork machine. The separate parts in that machine collide with each other in space and transfer energy to each other in the collision. This all takes place in empty space, which acts as a simple container for the moving material parts. There is no place in this equation for a living universe, much less a conscious universe. In the past 50 years, however, quantum physics has turned this worldview on its head. Space is not empty, but full of particles popping in and out of existence so fast that our senses cannot perceive them. This has been called quantum foam. The parts of the universe are not separate from each other, but joined absolutely together in a web of unity. The dying Newtonian view that objects collide and transfer energy to each other is limited in its application. It is true only at one level of reality. At a more macro level, there are no separate objects to collide. There is only one cosmos-sized, invisible field erupting forth the material realm and shifting its shape. In that shifting, the unfolding spectacle of the physical world appears to our senses. When a person walks across a room, we are caught in an illusion. There is no room separate from the person. There are not two separate places in the room to move between. There is, at the macro level, only the cosmos shifting its shape into a new configuration. It's going to take a while to get our minds around this startling new vision of reality. The one area that the new framework makes simpler and more understandable is parapsychology. The phenomena of parapsychology, distant viewing, precognition, telepathy, and so on, are all incomprehensible anomalies in the separatist framework. However, in the emerging framework of oneness, they easily make sense. Telepathy, for example, can be conceived as a matter of leakage or input of one person's thoughts into the field, picked out of the field by another person who is also connected to it. Both people are part of the same sea of consciousness. not only connected but integral to the sea. The information travels throughout the entire expanse of the field and is available at any point in it. The thrust of human evolution seems to be toward growing a hive consciousness that will permit the exchange of thoughts without language. Our destiny may be stranger than science fiction. We unfold too slowly to perceive the changes in our evolution, but we can be aware of their general direction. We live in an extraordinary transitional time. Our worldview, our fundamental understanding of reality, is shifting rapidly. The old certainties are disappearing from beneath our feet. They serve their purpose. They were once the cutting edge of evolution, but now they are becoming passé, barriers to our unfolding. They are fast becoming anachronisms. We are being called upon to enter a new universe. It is a strange and unfamiliar place, and we don't yet know all of the rules of its operation. We can't hang on to the tried and the true from the past. We must go forward with open eyes and a certain amount of courage. It's an exciting time to be alive on the earth.